Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess.
We missing our front page news person. I don't know where Morgan at this morning.
Yeah, I don't know either, but let's get in some front page news. All right, let's start off with Monday Night Football. Last night, the Ravens beat the Buccaneers 41-31. The Cardinals beat the Chargers 17-15. In WNBA, the mayor promised, and he will deliver. The New York Liberty will have their ticker tape parade Thursday at 10 a.m., and then they will walk to City Hall, and the parade will be followed by a ceremony, so where they'll be giving them, I guess, certificates and maybe even a key to the city. So, again, congratulations to the New York Liberty.
I wonder if Morgan was out partying too much last night because it was Monday Night Football, and she is a Ravens fan and a Washington fan, which I just think is the strangest thing in the world.
You party for Monday Night Football?
Well, she probably was out like at a bar.
Or she could have been watching it late last night.
I was about to say, I ain't never been to Monday Night Football party now.
No, because I fell asleep during the game.
Yeah,
they do. They definitely do.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about former President Donald Trump. Now, yesterday he traveled to Asheville, North Carolina to survey the damage left following the recent hurricanes. And he pledged to the residents that he will get some type of help.
We're seeing to all those homes, and your homes have been destroyed. Many of you are rebuilding, and many of you are going to just start all over again. And the communities were ravaged and destroyed. We're praying for you, and we will not forget about you. We will never forget about you. We're going to be working with you for a long time to come to get it back together. When I'm president, I will stand with you until the communities are fully rebuilt. Every single inch of every property will be fully rebuilt, greater and more beautiful than it was.
Do you believe him? I mean, you know, he's down there because North Carolina is a battleground state.
Of course.
Yeah, what was his response in the beginning again?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel like
but it sounds like now he's just saying, so all you have to do is vote for him, and you will get some type of relief. I will rebuild this from the ground up. I'm just saying, you know, let's keep in mind it is dream selling season, y'all.
You know what I realized yesterday after doing that Laura Trump interview, since we're talking to Trump family, that a lot of people, although they say that they know what's going on, they honestly don't.
No,
like
don't.
They just look at headlines and they just look at fake news, and they really don't understand what's true and what's not true. And it bothers the issue out of me because people are so passionate about being wrong.
Well, you know, when I interviewed the vice president last week, Kamala Harris, you know, that's one of the things I said to her. It's not just her versus Donald Trump. It's her versus misinformation, because people either really haven't seen, don't see, or even when they do see, they don't care to deal with whatever the facts of the situation are. And to your point, like you can post like a clip of something. Nobody will actually watch it.
No,
they'll just see the headline, and then sometimes they'll go to the comments and see what the comments are saying.
The summit.
And they'll form their opinion based on the comments without even seeing what they without even watching the piece for themselves.
And speaking of misinformation, yesterday when Trump was in North Carolina, he was repeating the false claims about the response to Helene. That's what was happening in the beginning. Remember, he was saying like whatever money they were giving and like all that stuff, and he was giving out that misinformation. So he was repeating a bunch of that yesterday as well too. So yeah.
All right. Well, that's front page news. We'll try to get Morgan up or see if make sure Morgan's okay.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Now, Morgan, I think her Ravens played last night.
I told y'all that last hour. Y'all don't be listening to me. I'm like, yo, the Ravens played. They won 41 to freaking 19, or no, 41 to 31 against the Buccaneers. And she probably was out drinking.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it seems like she did. But her Ravens, like you said, won last night 41-31. The Cardinals beat the Chargers 17-15 in some sports. Now, also, Mayor Eric Adams has kept his promise. He promised the WNBA New York Liberty that if they won, they will get a ticker tape parade, and that is exactly what's going to happen. It is going down Thursday at 10 a.m., Manhattan's Battery Park. They will walk to City Hall, where they will have a ceremony there. So congratulations to the New York Liberty.
And drop one of Clues bombs for Mayor Adams, just walking around like everything's normal, okay? That's what you do, man. Walk around like everything's fine, okay? Everybody else doing it.
Yes.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Donald Trump out here walking around like everything's fine, cracking jokes at roasts and stuff.
Yep.
You do the same.
Now, Vice President Kamala Harris was on the campaign trail in the battleground state of Pennsylvania yesterday with former Republican Congresswoman Liz Chaney, and they spoke about what the upcoming election is all about.
With just 15 days until Election Day, Vice President Harris returned to Pennsylvania Monday, sitting for a town hall in Malvern. And for the second time in as many weeks, Harris came to our area specifically to court independent voters and Republicans leery of another 4 years of former President Trump.
Yes, we're going to have disagreements, but I actively invite good ideas from wherever they come.
At the center of Harris's pitch was what she sees as the stakes of this election. The vice president sought to cast Trump as a threat to American democratic values.
We cannot, with such fundamental stakes being presented, afford to be mired in ideological differences without really staking our claim to the most fundamental ideals upon which our country stands.
This is one of 3 events across battleground states Harris will take part in Monday, where she was also joined by former Republican Congresswoman Liz Chaney.
The most conservative of all conservative principles is being faithful to the Constitution. And you have to choose in this race between someone who has been faithful to the Constitution, who will be faithful, and Donald Trump.
They being too nice, man. You're talking about a guy who said he wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. You're talking about a guy who constantly talks like an authoritarian, who constantly talks like a complete fascist, who says he wants to jail political opponents, who wants to turn the military on American citizens, who wants to, jail journalists. Like, you got to stop saying things like these are ideological differences. No. This is a dude that's straight up talking like a would-be dictator. And you can't just chalk that up to, it's just tongue-in-cheek. He's just, saying things because he's running an election. No. And also, Liz Chaney, the same way they had President Obama out there a couple of weeks ago waving his fingers at black men, scolding black men, Liz Chaney need to be doing that to white women. Because 52% of white women voted for Trump in 2016 and 55% of white women voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Where's their scolding at?
Right.
Do you think that Liz Chaney, like this 3-day tour that they're doing, you think it's going to be successful in Pennsylvania?
I really honestly don't know, because I don't know how many Republicans are truly,
following Liz Chaney.
Going to follow, going to vote for Kamala Harris, right. even with Liz Cheney's endorsement. Maybe this tour is for the undecideds, maybe it's for the independents. I don't know, but I don't know how many Republicans they're going to flip. But I mean, it's campaign season, so you can't leave no stone unturned.
They say they targeting the undecideds. Like
of course they are.
Aren't for sure if they're gonna. The Republicans who aren't for sure if they're gonna vote for Trump again.
Mm-hmm. Now, VP Harris is declining to do a live interview with Elon Musk on X. Now, this is according to billionaire investor Mark Cuban. He said he told the Harris campaign he would try to connect them, but she has declined.
I don't agree with that interview. That's not one I would do either.
Why?
Because Elon Musk is drawing a clear line in the sand, and I mean, I just don't see where Elon Musk would try to be fair in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
And Elon Musk can't handle tough questions himself. So you see, he crumbled under Don Lemon. So the audacity of him to want to sit across from Vice President Kamala Harris and try to ask him tough questions. Until you can answer tough questions, you shouldn't be able to ask them.
And lastly, in some local news, this front page of the Daily News today, members of the Central Park Five. Now, we brought this up during Laura Trump, the fact that he put out a full-page ad in the paper. Well, they are now suing former President Trump.
Yusuf Salaam, Antron McCray, Kevin Richardson, Raymond Santana, and Corey Wise, the 5 men exonerated after years in jail for the brutal beating and rape of a Central Park jogger, are suing former President Donald Trump for his comments made during the September 10th debate.
When a lot of people, including Mayor Bloomberg, agreed with me on the Central Park Five, they admitted, they said, they pled guilty. And I said, well, if they pled guilty, they badly hurt a person, killed a person, ultimately.
The jogger did not die. Bloomberg was not mayor at the time. And as the lawsuit from the men now alleges, they pleaded not guilty after confessions they say were coerced. Of course, they were later exonerated. The federal lawsuit seeks unnamed damages. Salaam, now a council member from Harlem, initially indicated he would talk about the lawsuit Monday, but ignored reporter questions. The Trump campaign says the defamation suit is nothing more than a political ploy 2 weeks from the election.
I would never understand how DNA evidence can exonerate people and people will still go out there and say that person was guilty.
I don't understand it either.
Makes no freaking sense.
And not just Trump, all the people that made a mistake back then. Nobody says, I'm sorry. Nobody says, I apologize. Nobody says, I put you guys through hell. I put you on an ad in the paper. They were exonerated.
Well, let's be clear. I mean, despite inconsistent and inaccurate confessions, DNA evidence that excluded them, no eyewitness accounts, You know, they did get exonerated, and they did settle the civil case for $41 million.
And you know what's going to happen, hopefully, with this one? You're going to have to pay like you weigh again.
Trump ain't got it.
You don't think he got nothing?
Nah. Trump got Trump.
That ain't it.
Nah, Trump spending all this money on so many other criminal cases and civil cases and all types of other stuff. Nah.
Well, that is front page news. All right. Now, like we said, Morgan, I think, was out and about last night celebrating the Ravens win over the Buccaneers. So she didn't call up this morning, but she is fine. We spoke to her. She is okay.
Maybe I need to get more in this football thing. She had a time.
Yeah, she had a time. Now, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Yesterday during Jess With The Mess with Lauren LaRosa, she reported about Trina, that something that was going trending. Trina said what now?
So Trina said that she is not worried about, we have the audio?
Yeah.
Oh, we do. Oh, go ahead.
Did you get a prenup? I didn't. Why not? Because my husband brings all of his money to me. So I'm in charge. He can't spend a dime without my consent. Can't spend a dime for nothing unless it goes through me. That's what I'm talking about. Ringing up, that thing go up. I see everything. That's what I'm talking about.
So we're asking 800-585-1051. What are your thoughts on what Trina said? Now, yesterday when I got home, I was talking to my wife. You know, I do a podcast with my wife, and we were talking about it yesterday. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's how it works in this household. You know, I make check. You take care of all the bills. And when we buy anything, we have a discussion. You know, what she wants to buy, what I want to buy. It's just, that's what we've been doing. Me and my wife been together since 16.
How does that work for you?
It's great.
So what's the issue? Why people
But my
upset?
wife was like, the thing that people might be caught on is the word permission. And I was like, well, we get permission. She was like, no, we don't get permission. We have a conversation about it. And if you really want to do it, there is no permission. We discuss it. Permission kind of seems like emasculating.
Ask your wife if you can buy some weights, man. You know what I'm saying? Some dumbbells or something, some protein powder, man. Okay? Because them arms look a little crazy in them podcast
Ask your wife
promo
if you can hire your
videos.
son as a trainer. It's crazy.
Word is bond. How long been out here diesel as hell and you out here built like that, man?
And I think she actually said consent. I mean, I guess that's the same thing, right? What word did she actually use? But it gives the effect of
emasculating. I didn't take it like that, but a lot of people were. Let's discuss. 800-585-1051. Call us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.